On the evening of July 7th, 2026, a mother in the Gwynn Oak area of Baltimore County came home from work and found her two children dead inside their house on Tallis Road. She called 911. Police and medics arrived, but there was nothing left to do. Both children had already died. Their names were Steve Allen, who was 9, and his sister Giovanna Myrie, who was 15. People close to her called her Gigi. I'll say this plainly. There's no version of this story that isn't hard to sit with. Two kids in their own home. So I'm not going to dress it up. I just want to walk you through what happened next, as carefully and accurately as I can. Police didn't take long to say the person responsible wasn't a stranger. Baltimore County Police Chief Robert McCullough said early on that whoever did this was someone both children reportedly knew. That person turned out to be 16-year-old Keith Maurice James Jr. Investigators say James had some kind of personal relationship with Giovanna. Police have never said publicly whether it was a friendship or something more serious. What they have said is that James had reportedly been inside the house before, including in the days right before the killings. Building a case like this, especially against a 16-year-old, takes time, and it took investigators a couple of weeks to get there. Chief McCullough said part of that time went into making sure everything held up, given the suspect's age. What they eventually put together came from a few different directions. Cell phone records reportedly placed James near the home around the time of the killings. Surveillance footage allegedly showed someone matching his description, getting on a bus toward the neighborhood beforehand, then leaving the area on foot and by bus afterward, wearing different clothes than he'd arrived in. Investigators also talked to people in Giovanna's life. One friend told police that Giovanna had been texting and video calling with a boy who went by Keith for a few weeks before she died. That friend said she'd seen a gun during one of those calls and remembered Keith saying something to Giovanna about what would happen if she saw other people. That's as far as police have gone publicly. They haven't defined what the relationship between the two of them actually was. James was arrested on a Wednesday, about 2 weeks after the killings. He's been charged as an adult with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 for each child, along with a firearm charge tied to a crime of violence. Since then, he's appeared in court twice, both times over video. The first time, he didn't say anything, and he waived his right to a bail hearing. His attorney, Brian Thompson, wouldn't say why. He told reporters he wasn't going to discuss defense strategy in public, which, fair enough, that's his job. At a later hearing, Thompson asked the court to move James to a secure juvenile facility while the case continues. Prosecutors pushed back, arguing he didn't qualify. The judge agreed with the state, pointing to both the allegations against James and safety concerns for the other kids who'd be held alongside him. Right now, James is being held without bond. So where does that leave things? According to his attorney, the next real step is an initial appearance in circuit court. But that only happens if a grand jury indicts him. No plea has been entered. And I want to be really clear about this part. Everything I've just told you is an allegation. It's what police and prosecutors say happened. It is not, legally, a settled fact, and it won't be until this actually goes through a trial. Chief McCullough said something else at that press conference worth including, separate from the specifics of this case. He talked about the importance of parents knowing who their kids are spending time with, and about dating violence among teenagers being a real, ongoing problem, not just a footnote here. That's genuinely where things stand right now. I'm not going to invent a resolution that doesn't exist yet. If there's a real update down the line, an indictment, a plea, a trial date, that's when there'll be more to say. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Shh.